Okay, so in this video, we're going to look at how to create a parametric model of a space frame using the grasshopper script that has been provided to you. Now, the first thing is before we go into grasshopper, we'll make a simple surface and we'll see how we can sort of change some parameters to make it a little organic, or you can just keep it flat. I'm going to go into the plan view top and use this command here, which is called surfpt or srfpt, and I'm going to make a 20 meter by 20 meter rectangle. Make sure your unit is in meters, and each of these small squares is 1 meter. So I'm going to use this, and if I go to perspective, it's going to look something like this, right? Now I can change it, but I will have to make some further more subdivisions. I'll click on it and type rebuild. Now, rebuilding just adds more points so that I can uh, make it a little more curvy or a little more flowy, a little more organic. So I'm going to use 4 points in both sides. Now we have only 4 points in U direction and V direction, which is X and Y in terms of surface. And I'm going to look at preview and click OK. And nothing is happening right now, but I pressed F10. The command is called points on. Okay, and you can see these points. I can drag and select some of these points and use the gumball to actually lift it slightly up. Now, a lot of you have been doing it uh, mercilessly, I would say. It looks very, very off. So uh, I would suggest you to keep the dimensions and this whole, proportions very, very subtle. Hardly this is, very, very gentle, if I would say. I'm not lifting it up drastically. So once that is done, I'm going to open grasshopper. This is my final frame, or my final shape of the surface. If I go to grasshopper, generally grasshopper appears as this additional plugin for people who are not into digital architecture. I'll just drag it on the side so that it fits snugly on the right side of my screen, and I'm going to go into file, open, and I have this file that has been supplied to you, this grasshopper script, uh, which you can open, and this comes up on the right side. Now this is a script, and for those of you who do not understand this, it's nothing, a bunch of parameters and a bunch of inputs that go from left to right. Now you can zoom in here and see that there are certain parameters, and this particular component takes the input of a surface, and it's orange because the surface has not been fed. So we feed geometry from Rhino into Grasshopper, or we feed geometry from Grasshopper into Rhino. So I'm going to right click this on this component, and I'm going to select set one surface, and it's going to disappear temporarily, and I'll click on this and it suddenly turns gray, which means it has taken some input. Now you can see that there are subdivisions here, and these are several parameters. There is the depth. You can play around with the depth. It's in meters. So Grasshopper borrows your parameters from your Rhino. It doesn't have its own units. So since it's 20, I'm gonna put a 1 meter depth. U and V count is how many counts. Since it's a square thing, I want the counts to be equal, and I want the counts to be sort of this 2 meter maximum. So I'm going to put, for 20 meter thing, I want 10 counts on that side and 10 counts on that side, so that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Each member is around 2 meters, and here is the radius of the pipe. So the radius, I'm going to be taking around 80 to 100 mm, sorry, the diameter, and mind you, this is the radius. So if I take an 80 mm dia pipe, it's going to be 0.04, that is the radius, and that's all. So you will see if I orbit here, you can have the entire parametric truss. Now if I see and take a point and move it a little down, the whole truss is going to move down. Okay.